Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to another episode of Gratitude and Gains, where we're going to get our blood pumping, our bodies moving, and we are going to set our gratitude, our goals, and keep moving higher throughout the week. Super excited you're here with me this morning. Let's rock, let's roll, let's go. If this is your first time here with me and Gratitude and Gains, I want you to just go ahead and check in the chat and let me know where you're tuning in from, because we get people from all over the place, and it's always cool for me to see that. So I'd love to hear where you're tuning in from, and I'll give you a quick shout out. Also, just put a 1 in the chat. Like, if this is your first time, you've never been here before, you don't know what this is all about, just go ahead and put a 1 in the chat. If you have been here before and this isn't your first rodeo, and you've been listening for a while, I want you to go ahead and check in with me as well. Put a 2 in the chat, and you already know what time it is. Go ahead and hit that like button, okay? It helps support the channel. And make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the Who You Know Show podcast. But let's go ahead and dive on in. Let's rock, let's roll, let's go. It's all about who you know. Okay, so this morning, super excited, okay? I'm grateful for another beautiful day. I went ahead and got to writing in my gratitude and goals this morning. And I'm grateful for another day to wake up, another day with fresh air in my lungs. I am now at, let's see, day 88, day 88 smoke-free. So for those of you that have been following my journey, you know that I quit smoking. I'd been smoking for 28 years. Incredible to think about. I started smoking when I was 10 years old. Anyways, but I'm grateful to have fresh air in my lungs. It feels good. I'm like almost 90 days in. So excited about that. Grateful for that. I'm grateful. I wrote down in my journal this morning, I'm grateful for the fact that even when I feel overwhelmed, I'm still standing. I'm still learning, and I'm still moving, right? So I'm super grateful for that. Right now, I got a lot on my shoulders, and I'm not just talking about this weighted vest either. I've got a lot on my shoulders. I got a lot of things I'm trying to accomplish right now, a lot of goals, and it can feel overwhelming, and that's what I'm going to talk about today. But I'm grateful that even through all of that, I'm still standing, still learning, still growing, still moving, okay? And I'm grateful for the opportunity to grow again today. I've got a masterclass that I've been joining, and I get another opportunity to grow and learn again today. So I'm excited about that and grateful for that opportunity, for the lessons that come from pressure. Guys, pressure creates diamonds. So the fact that I feel overwhelmed right now means that chances are there's going to be a breakthrough coming through. It's just there's seasons of this, right? And right now I got a lot of pressure. And I'm grateful for the lessons that I'm learning in the pressure. I'm learning patience. I'm learning, resilience. There's a lot of things I'm learning right now that's strengthening me. So I'm grateful for those lessons that come through pressure. And for the clarity that only comes when things feel heavy, okay? It's like when things are all good, you're not even really paying attention sometimes, to the lessons. So right now, I'm grateful for the clarity that comes when there's pressure and when things feel heavy, right? And I wrote down that I'm grateful for the excitement that I feel. I have a lot of energy for the possibilities in front of me, for the vision that I've been looking towards, for the reminder that I'm on this journey for a reason, and that nothing I'm walking through is random, okay? That this is a journey, and one dot is connecting to another dot, which is leading me to this place, which is leading me to that place, to this conversation, to this person, right? And it all happens for a reason. I believe that. Nothing's random. Everything has a design from our maker, from our creator, right? Yeah, we still have free will and all of that, but I believe in the design, and I believe that nothing's just random, okay? So grateful for that, all right? So I see Islam, good morning, good to see you. I see you in the chat. Guys, as you come into the chat, make sure you represent where you're tuning in from, okay? Let me know, rep your city, rep your hood, and I'd love to give you a shout out as you come into the room. But let me get a quick sip of water here. Oh man, water is good. Water is good. All right, so let me get into the message of the day. All right. I was reading my devotional this morning, and it opened up with this truth. Okay. It said, make me the focal point of your search for security. And man, let me tell you something. Make me the focal point of your search for security. That really hit deep when I read that, because even in my growth, even in success, even in opportunity, we still search for predictability, right? We want safety. We want predictability. We still crave control. We still want it all on our terms, right? And I was reading John 1 and 2 this morning, and it kind of reinforced something powerful, that Jesus is in the beginning, right? He's in the very, very beginning, the foundation, the source, right? Everything flows through him. And when we forget that, we start building machines instead of meaning, right? Instead of purpose, we start building machines. We start building, these dreams and visions that we think are going to provide us predictability and control. But we got to remember that everything flows through him. He was there in the beginning. When we start trying to stack momentum on top of anxiety, we try to build vision without surrender. I'm guilty of that one, okay? And we try to force our outcomes without trusting in timing, right? It's all in an attempt for control. Like, we try to do this for control and predictability. And today's reminder is pretty simple, that security isn't found in certainty. It's found in dependence, being dependent on God and understanding that he's the source of it all anyway. So look up to him for your needs. Not to say that you shouldn't put in work, because faith without works is dead, right? So not to say that you should just look up and say, oh, pay my bills. You know what I mean? No. It's not a lottery ticket. But to look at the source and give thanks and be grateful for what you have and trust that God's going to do the rest, and just keep putting in work with faith and confidence that the rest is going to work out the way it's supposed to. That's the way it should be. Not to stop building, but to build understanding that your needs are taken care of. They are already taken care of. Instead of trying to control it all yourself. Okay, so that's a pretty simple message, right? And today, we are in career week. Actually, hold on, before we get there, let me pull up this chat real quick before we get there. Everybody's signing in. Okay, Sammy, see you. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. You're from America. I see that. All right, I'm in Dallas, Texas. Where are you at? We'd love to hear from you. I see. Say, can you pray for me because my Gigi died December 8th? Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry for your loss. I'm so sorry to hear that. I can relate. My grandma passed about 2 years ago. Two and a half years ago. And it's not easy. It is not easy. So I totally feel you, especially if it's just a couple days ago. I can tell you that time helps, right? And I know it's fresh, it's new, so it hurts. It's very painful. But go through the process. There's a grieving process. Go through the process. It's okay to feel broken. It's okay to feel lost. It's okay to feel hurt, right? You need to cry and get it out of your system and all of that. It's totally okay. Totally okay. I cried like a baby when my grandma died. Like, you know, she had a long life though. She lived a long, beautiful life. She was 82 years old. And she wasn't suffering anymore. She had this cancer that just attacked her. You know what I mean? Like fast, boom, attacked her. And she was hurting. So she stopped suffering, you know? And I know she's also in heaven right now, looking down. And so, listen, man, I want you to know that, like, I feel you. I know what you're saying, man. I know what you're saying. It hurts. But I'll be praying for you for sure. All right. We got Calodis. Good morning. Good to see you. I see your comments, man. I appreciate your viewpoint. You know, hey, everybody can have their own viewpoint, but I can tell you mine, okay? And Jesus is the way. I'm just going to tell you that right now. He is the truth and the light, okay? And, you know, but hey, you do you. I always say that. You do you, boo-boo, okay? I just appreciate you being here anyways. You can have a difference of opinion. That's fine. One of these days, we're all going to find out, right? We're all going to find out at the end. So anyway, I'm not here trying to convert anybody. I just want to tell you my beliefs, okay? I'll let God do the rest. That's another thing. I don't mean to get off on a tangent here, but a lot of times people are like trying to convert people and all of this kind of stuff. Like, no, my job is to preach the good news. God's job is to do the rest. Like, I'm not here to shove anything down anybody's throat. That's just not. It's not. It actually wouldn't work anyways. Let me just put it to you that way. It's not a good sales tactic. If you're trying to sell somebody on something, it's not a good sales tactic to like pressure them and try to shove it down their throat, make them think they're wrong or whatever. That's just not a good sales tactic. Let's put it that way. You know, like people need to make up their own conclusions, right? We have free will, so they need to make up their own conclusions and they need to find it. They need to discover it. Self-discovery is the way to go. Now, we can be there as like a drip campaign. That's the way I look at it, right? As I talk about the word and my beliefs and things that I'm going through, I'm just giving my testimony. It's like a drip campaign, right? And it helps remind those people. And then when timing is right, they self-discover. And that's when God does his thing. God does his work. Like my mom right now is a perfect example. You know, I've been praying for her for many, many, many years. And just recently, she came back to God and it was beautiful. Beautiful thing. She called me up and was like, I want to go to church and I want to get baptized and just all this amazing stuff. I was like, oh my gosh. But I didn't do that. I mean, only thing I did was just kind of like that little drip campaign, right? You just got to stay top of mind and the rest will happen. People know the truth. You know what I mean? But they need to be the one to discover it. You don't need to shove it down their throat. That's going to push people away. Anyway, that's my opinion on it. Everybody can have their own opinion. All right, so let's move forward, though. I don't mean to cannibalize the show with all of that. What I would like to do today, we're talking about career. Okay, so on this show, I like to go into wealth, health, business, career, relationships, and faith. And so we are in career week, just something I talk a lot about. And so today, here's kind of where I'm at. I'm taking a 3-day AI masterclass, and I'm on day 3 of this right now. And over the last 2 days, I've been learning how to deploy my AI clone. And I made a big decision, actually, which was to join their accelerator program. I've been, I guess, dabbling in this. I know a lot of the information they're saying. Like, I've already known about a lot of this stuff. But I think for me, the reason why I joined was really just accountability. I know that it's kind of like put your money where your mouth is, right? It was really more of accountability thing for me to have people that are doing it at another level. Like, yeah, I've done it. I know how to do it. But these guys are doing it at a next level. So to have someone to emulate after, to look after, to hold you accountable, all of that, there's value in that. That's kind of the reason why I joined the program. Even though I know a lot of the stuff that they're teaching me, I was like, okay. Like, part of me was like, nah, you don't need to join. But then I was like, nah, you really do. Because knowing and doing are 2 separate things, right? I've known this information for a couple of years now. I've known a lot of it for a couple of years, but I've kind of been sitting on it. I mean, I've dabbled in it, dibble-dabbled, right? Like, I've kind of just like, But now it's like, okay, it's time to get serious. And that's why I decided to invest in their accelerator program. But really for accountability and put your money where your mouth is, right? So I'm excited. And it's going to stretch me. And I'm going to grow. And I'm well aware of the weight of what I just stepped into. Like, I always talk about adding more to your plate, adding more to your plate. Well, I just did add some more to my plate. But you know what? This, I feel like, is absolutely important because it's going to give me more space. By creating this clone, it actually is going to amplify your impact and give you more space, give you more of your time back. So at the same time I'm doing that, I'm studying for my exam. I'm building still. I've got hiring I've got to do. I got to hire the right team members, still creating, still building, doing all these things. There's a lot on my plate right now. And I'd be lying to say that I don't feel overwhelmed at times. Sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? Juggling all of this. But this season is teaching me something much deeper, much, much deeper. That overwhelm does not mean that I'm off track. It means the bigger, it means the calling is bigger. It means that my purpose is bigger than the comfort, right? I'm stretching, I'm growing, I'm outside of my comfort zone. You guys know about the comfort zone, right? If you've ever seen the diagram of the comfort zone, like I'm way far out of that comfort zone and I'm growing and I'm stretching, and it means my calling is bigger. My purpose is bigger. My impact will be bigger, okay? And it also means that faith is required at a higher level. I need more faith right now. So my faith is even being stretched, right? Think about that. And that's a good thing. Nothing bad with that. My faith is growing because I'm trusting, right? I'm having faith. So the lesson here, guys, is really simple. It's that trust is not built when things are calm, when everything's good. Trust is built when things feel heavy, right? Your faith gets strengthened, in times of need, not when times are like all good and all that kind of stuff, right? Your faith is tested in times of need when things feel heavy and everything's kind of like being rocked around a little bit. Your faith gets tested and it gets stronger. So God does not remove pressure to prove his presence. That's not how he works. He doesn't just, you pray and he goes, oh, poof, everything's good. See how I am? Like, that's not how he works. He teaches us how to walk steady through the storm. See what I'm saying? He's an anchor through the storm so that you come out on the other side of that storm and you go, oh, thank God. Thank you, Jesus. Right? That's how he works. That's how he operates. And sometimes the tension, it's not meant to crush you. It's meant to strengthen you, make you stronger. It's like working out. Okay, you need some weight, and that weight tears the muscle. So the muscle has to rebuild, but when it rebuilds, it grows stronger. Okay? So I have an action step for you this morning, but let me take a sip of water here. Man, water is good. Okay, so my action step for you this morning, I want you to ask yourself, where are you trying to control outcomes instead of trusting timing? Where are you trying to control outcomes instead of just trusting timing? Okay, and then ask, what would it look like to surrender all that pressure, right? To just give it up to God instead of trying to carry it all alone, right? Think about that. You were never meant to manage everything without any help. Surrender it. Understand that God's been there since the beginning, right? And he wants you to lean on him. So that's what I'd like for you to do. Ask yourself, where do I try to control outcomes instead of trusting the timing? Okay? All right. And in closing, all right, I want you to remember, and this is just as much for you or just as much for me as it is for you. In closing, guys, as I land this plane, if you've ever felt overwhelmed, just remember you're not broken. You're just being stretched. Okay? If your plate feels full, that doesn't mean that you failed. It means you're being prepared for more responsibility than you ever carried before. Okay? More responsibility than you ever imagined. And if your faith is being tested, that doesn't mean that God is distant. Okay? It often means he's just doing some of his deepest work in you. You are on this journey for a reason. Okay? Remember that. Every delay, every lesson, every stretch, every season, just trust the process, trust the timing, trust what is being built inside of you, and let's frickin' win the day. All right? Guys, I appreciate you being here with me this morning. Hopefully this has been somewhat educational. Hopefully you've learned something this morning. Okay? Make sure to go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Head on over to the YouTube channel, Who You Know Show Podcast, where I talk about wealth, health, business, career, relationships, and faith, the circle of life. I want to help you. What I do there is I interview some of today's top thought leaders, talking about CEOs, entrepreneurs, business owners. We got thought leaders, experts. We got CEOs. We got, celebrities, professional athletes, best-selling authors, people that are doing big things. And what we do is we just try to uncover their blueprint to success. Okay, whether that's in the wealth, health, business, career, relationships, faith, whatever that is, we want to figure out how they've been successful, because success leaves clues, and I want to unpack that and get you that information, okay? So hopefully that can help you in your life. I know it helps me in mine, right? So I try to interview people that can even help me, okay? I look at it as almost like free coaching for myself. I get free coaching. I get to learn from some really, really awesome people. Hopefully you can learn something too. So head on over to the Who You Know Show podcast. Subscribe to that channel. Let me know your thoughts. Would love to have you support it. And I hope y'all have an amazing, freaking blessed day. And on my way out, let's see. Let me give some shout outs here. We got Rory Tater, messing the names up here. Jamie, good morning, good to see you. Mechulu, good to see you. I'm saying it wrong probably. Codus or Calotus, good morning, good to see you. Sammy, good to see you. Guys, thanks again for being here. Hope y'all have an amazing, blessed day. We'll talk to you again tomorrow. That's the show. It's all about who you